I'm not very optimistic about achieving a ceasefire or the beginning of peace negotiations, at least this year. I mean, perhaps if we get something going by February, March, that would be good.
Mitäs millaisia siviiliammatteja porukalta?
Voitaisiin onnistuskursseittain.
Otetaan vielä tää. Onko sulla jalkakunnossa? On.
With hybrid warfare, the problem is that you can never stop it completely because it is so unpredictable. But you have to be able to set up defense systems and deterrents that you're prepared, and then that you can immediately repair any damage that has taken place. But I do think there's one more element there, and this is where I think Finnish sisu or calmness comes in. That, don't panic. These things happen in today's world. If you overreact, you kind of reveal your cards. You have to find the right way to react, deal with it, and then move on.
First conversation just after you had been elected in November, the first thing you mentioned was icebreakers. And we're happy to announce that we'll basically building 11 icebreakers together.
I can explain to President Trump what Finland went through, or how I see the situation on the battlefield, or how do you deal with Putin. And then, if he accepts 1 out of 10 ideas, that's good. What we basically do is we give messages to the President of the United States. By we, I mean European leaders. And then, of course, we interpret President Trump to President Zelensky and vice versa. And I think it's probably best to have one contact point at this time, and that's Trump on the highest political level. But it is clear that the rest of us have then other types of relations which don't feed to the highest echelons of power in the Russian Federation. I think that probably Marco Rubio realized that no point in taking President Trump into a situation whereby he doesn't get a deal or anything out of that meeting. That was probably the reason that it got cancelled. I think it was yet another example of a strategic mistake by the Russians. They had an opportunity and they blew it. In peace mediation in general, you have to be quite patient. And you have to sort of live with the reality. So you can't have illusions about things that you would like to see happening. You can try to have an impact on them. So I've tried personally to focus on things such as, okay, we need security guarantees for Ukraine. How do we build those? We need a ceasefire. How can we get that? Perhaps we begin the ceasefire at a contact line. How do we get there? Been focused on if and when the peace negotiations begin, what are the parameters? So it's a bit of a grind, I guess. You need sisu in these types of negotiations as well. We can say that the line between war and peace has been blurred. The things that were supposed to bring us together, trade, currency, interdependence, they can now be used as instruments of war as well. But if the question is, are we in a traditional kinetic, conventional warfare? No. But is there hybrid warfare? Yeah, definitely. Cyber attacks are a good example thereof, and it's just very important for us to keep our defenses up.